Well, here's the camp. So the last thing I do is put up, and I got a late start this morning, so I might as well film it. It's just, unlike the south part of the trail, there's a cell signal all the time out here. And so I got up and I turned on the phone and I started scrolling on Facebook, and it was like I was back home at the house in my chair. And the time just boom. It was like, what the heck? It's almost 7 o'clock. All right, I gotta get this thing packed up and get going. We got a mammoth climb right off the bat this morning. I ate a protein bar for breakfast, and that's it, man. I need to get some more water, but there's water up there, another couple miles, and I'm not going backwards. I'm gonna go up there. I've got a half a liter of water. Let's go. That climb wasn't too bad. We're not done with it yet, but we're done with the steep part. We're up here on the ridge line. I'm gonna put the phone down. I got this. But literally, these mountains are not that tall, so these climbs out here, even when they're steep like that one was, it's over with, and in less than half an hour, as long as you keep moving. That was more like maybe a 15-20 minute climb, kinda, I guess. I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. I think when I looked at it, I got the waypoints line, it was like 0.6 straight up, and then that was it. Then it's kind of like diagonally. We're going up, but it's not like that. Whereas in the Smokies, you might have a straight up climb for a mile and a half, and be climbing half a day. 6,000 foot mountains. These down here, this whole range, that's why it's so rocky. It's worn down. The glaciers have wiped it out. It's only about 2,500 foot high on these peaks along here. We're not up there in elevation. Not very much elevation. I might be 1,800 feet right now. I'm not even sure about that. I don't even think I'm that high. So it's a low range, a low rocky range here. Shaping like to be a beautiful day, but it is hot already, and it's not even 8 o'clock. You get to a shelter area and there's no map, it just says Privy nearby, on the guide. Go up the hill. There it is. Up the hill. It's always up the hill. I'm coming down from the Privy, and I got to film this shelter, man. This Pennsylvania brings this is a second shelter like this. Brings these hiking clubs out here bring these shelters to a whole new level. You gotta see this. Look at these hiking paths. Look how well taken care of they are. They've been painted, taken care of. But this is incredible. This whole, you come in here. Look at these pebbles, stone pebbles. It looks like a yard. I mean, the benches have got flowers beside them. Look at this. Look at this. They got restoration areas where it's beautiful. Now check this out. Now these shelters here, these are the old school shelters. Here's the pictures of them being built back in the 70s. Or back in the 30s. They're being built in the 30s. That's how old they are. Now look how they've restored them. They've restored all that mortar and painted it. Painted these logs. There's no rot on them. They've been taken care of and painted, restored and painted. I mean, they even painted the floor. It's the decking is all perfect, screwed in. I mean, it's incredible. Now, look, another thing I like the way they do it out here is this is for your cooking. They put tin where you put your stove so you don't burn. In the south, you got burn marks all over the place. But this right here, they got a place on all tables. So, because you know you're going to cook there, you know. Pretty cool, man. Even though this side over here is for cooking. But look at that. Look at all this work that was done out here over the years. I mean, just, and to keep this place up, to keep it up. Yeah, that's where you hang your food bags. They don't have none of that stuff where you got cables out in the way to lure the bears in. This is what a wonderful place. Look at that fire pit. And then I know something else. They leave a newspaper in there so you can start the next fire. This is all right. Now look at this running spring right in front of the shelter. A little path that comes down. Awesome. The complete climb of this ridge is over. The other half was after that shelter, and I just knocked that out, and I am hot. It's after 9 o'clock, and it's hot. I got my next water. I didn't carry but about 1.5 liters of water up that, not even that much up that. So I probably got 1 liter of water, maybe a little more, 1.25 liters. And that's what I'm going to be. I think I got about 4.5 miles, but it's no more climbing. It's just I'm up top. All right, the AT brought me up this road here on the top. Then it got power lines. It comes down. There's 4 roads. One, 2, one that's blocked. What's it? 2, 3, 4. And we got a straight up and down sign, which means it goes across somewhere or goes straight down there. I don't know. But I looked at the GPS and it looks like it splits these 2 roads over here. Is where the GPS trail goes. So I'm going to go straight through. Yeah, we're up on top of this. What is that over there? What is that? What is it up in there? I just see them flat stones all built up or stacked up there. It says quarry. This is like Quarry Mountain. So maybe they're quarrying flat stones. And it probably is. I don't know. They're stacked up there, aren't they? Supposed to be like quarry. All right, this has got to be. Is this it? That's ain't it. There it is. It's like camouflaged in here. I looked in here, didn't even see it. Now I get in here out of that sun and I see these white blazes all over the place. They put them on the trees. They didn't want you to get lost. I mean, it was still hard to find. I don't know what to do if that is GPS. I spent a lot of time wandering around. I can remember doing section hikes out here. I didn't have GPS and didn't even have a cell phone that hardly worked. It was a new cell phones and getting lost and had to backtrack. Sometimes getting a little scared because didn't know where I was. I had to backtrack until I found the white blaze again. Yeah, I had to go backwards. All right, that's the power line there. That's the Martian type. But that's it. It started. I stopped right there, and then I heard it start buzzing up there. And I remembered static electricity danger when you're standing in an area right under. It says, I remember seeing the signs. It says to keep moving. I'm not under it now, but look at that power line road. That'd be a heck of a ride on a 4-wheeler up that mountain, wouldn't it? Over there. Look at that. You'd have to have a four-wheel drive to do it too in a vehicle. This is what I'm walking in, rocks, and more rock. There's a trail marker on the rock. Yeah. I made it to the Potomac hiking club cabin, and there's nobody occupying the cabin right now, which is good. utilize it to get out of the sun and to filter my water from the creek down there, from the stream. They put a, it says on a, says you can rent this from the hiking, from the, check that out. If somebody bust into it, it sets off something. I wonder if that's a problem out here. I don't know. Alright, here we go. Waiting on this, we're going to hang around. It ain't a squirrel. I think they call that a chipmunk. It ain't no squirrel. Yeah. That ain't a squirrel. Ain't a little chipmunk. I ain't never seen a squirrel like that. They don't grade the roads. They pack the roads with a roller. All right. I'm in Pennsylvania. I was wondering where the rocks went, and there they go. 'Cause I miss them so. Wondering where the rocks went, there they go. Okay, rock time. Now this one really does look like a house on the hill. It's got a little sidewalk going up to it and everything. There's a shelter down there, and this is up the hill. Huh. It's probably got a staircase going up there. Look at it. Look at this thing. Alright. Alright, it's handicapped. It's got the handicap rails. Ain't that cool? So it's federally, it's good. It abides by all the federal regulations. Some of them do, some of them don't. It's got handicap rails. Alright. But check this out. Here's the handicap rails on the inside, federal regulations. That works good. But my question is, look at this, look how big this place is. But look over here, there's another hole here. Was it at one time a two-seater? A two-seater? And wouldn't have that been special? One sitting there, one sitting there. Both of you looking at each other. Oh, how special. Man, are they in the process of building a two-seater? Who knows? I stayed up there for a little while, took me a break. And I'm only about 9.5 miles from Pine Grove Furnace. That's my destination tomorrow. That's where they've got a general store that I can resupply at and get that and eat some ice cream. And they're supposed to have a hostel. I don't know if it's got Wi-Fi. Guess I'll find out when I get there tomorrow. Before I resupply, I'll take a look. I get there earlier, and I'll look tonight, see where my next spot is. But I tentatively looked ahead, and there's just like places all the way down. I'm not going to get a big resupply. I'm going to look and see where the next is. I can get off the trail really easy. You know, the next place I'm going to get off and stop, and that's all I'm going to resupply to. You know, I got to take a good look at it. I'll tell you, a light food bag that goes is a lot easier to handle out here in this heat than a heavy food bag. And we take 5 of those protein bars and throw them in there, and it don't take. You got a pound right real quick, you know. And I can eat that many almost in a sitting. All right. Well, those two local girls that were doing a section hike that stopped up there. I don't know how old they were. They might have been in their 30s or 40s maybe. But they were maybe younger. But they said that they went with this shelter, that shelter. Asked them where the rock fields were in the state here. And they said southern Pennsylvania is kind of flat. It's not bad, but the closer you get to the Delaware Water Gap up there, close to the northern end, that's where the rock fields are. So, oh, okay. Well, it's nice to know since that the trail's going to get worse. That's just great. But that's okay. Onward. And it is hot. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a trail. South, trail north, beautiful breeze up here on this is actually the top, believe it or not. It's a big old flat ridge height. This is my new setup. I've been working on this. I'm gonna start closing these doors, tying these doors shut all the time. They kind of where they got a breeze that'll come through. And this one does have a breeze. The breeze will come through, but and it comes underneath. But my new way to enter is like this. I'm in here, see? I like that better. Yeah. And rig this little thing here, and then pin it down there. So let's see how that works. I think cause that's where my head is all the time, and I think that's going to keep that screen away from my head, where a mosquito won't bite me while I'm sleeping.